Good afternoon. I'm Shonali Rebello with Jobsforher, and we are here at IBM India Private Limited at their Bangalore facility with this diverse and knowledgeable panel about diversity initiatives at IBM, especially for women coming back from a career break. With us today we have two Tech Re-entry interns at IBM, Jaisimran Kaur, who is the IBM Research Labs intern, and Sridevi Narayanaswamy, who is an IBM security intern. We also have with us Mr. Senthil K. Mani, who is a hiring manager, senior technical staff member at Research Labs here. We have Mr. Shrikant Tamil Selvam, who is the advisory software engineer and the project mentor. And we have Ms. Vijaya K. Mutt, who is the part of the diversity and inclusion team at IBM India. We'll start with you, Ms. Vijaya. Congratulations. IBM is recognized as one of the top 10 best companies for women for the third year in a row. Could you share with us some initiatives here for the advancement of women?
Yeah, thank you so much, and good afternoon to everybody watching this. Yes, that's a testimony to the diversity and inclusion practices that we have in IBM, and IBM has a long-standing history of how we have been inclusive of not just women but all different forms of diverse talent that we have. And yes, it's for the third year in IBM India, but we have been getting it for a longer time at the global level as well. And to enable this, especially we have a huge focus on gender diversity for the advancement of women here at IBM India. And we have a lot of programs and initiatives to enable them, to empower them, to really help them advance their career in the corporate world. And to start with, some of the initiatives that we have at every level, right? So it could be like a program called Disha, which is basically to help women in early and mid-career to build a strong career identity. All that we are talking about maternity, come back today, it really would be possible only when women develop that strong career identity. And Disha is a program which enables them to build that strong career identity. And we all understand that women go through different life stages, and it is possible at different point in time they do take that break. They may be away from the professional work for some time, but if they have that strong career identity, they always want to come back. They learn to manage their professional life much better. And that's the reason why we have this program to help women to build that strong career identity. We also are focused on building our technical women pipeline. We do have a program called Trailblazer to really help women build a strong technical career. So that is again another area where across industry we see very few women in STEM careers, in technical careers, and this is our focus on technical careers for women, so that we provide them a platform wherein they can really build their strong technical career as well. We also have programs for senior women, more so for our executive pipeline. We have both programs within IBM, and also we partner with some of our external organizations to really enable these women gain that executive eminence as well, executive presence as well. Apart from this, we have our own business resource group which really help and support women. We have a lot of other processes and policies which enable women. It could be flexibility, it could be the support network that we have, it could be the maternity care programs that we have, so that we enable and empower women even before, during, or after their maternity leave as well. So a lot of this really helps women focus on their career and to really advance their career as well. And one important initiative which we started this year, especially for women who are on career break, is called Tech Re-entry. So this is a best practice from IBM Global. We have launched this program. We have run many cohorts in IBM US and in many other IBM geographies as well. And with first time here in India, we piloted this program. So we had various other initiatives for women on career break earlier, like Bring Them Back, or maybe bringing women who were on a career break back, but more focused towards IBM women who may have taken career breaks. But this time the focus is to really create that platform for women wherein they can come on board as interns go through the 12-week internship program, which not just provides them an opportunity to work with one of the best companies for women, but also a platform to reskill themselves, to gain that confidence, which again is very, very critical for women on maternity break, or maybe women who have taken a career break, to really gain that confidence and again get back into the mainstream to really jumpstart their career. So that is one of the key initiatives I really would like to talk about. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll move on to our Tech Re-entry interns, Sridevi and Jasimran. What was your experience, Sridevi, with IBM's Tech Re-entry Program?
IBM's Tech Re-entry Program is a great initiative for women post the break. It had very structured onboarding and focused mentoring, which helped us resume into the corporate world. It also helped us appreciate our achievements in the previous work experience and also during the breaks. And most importantly, it had a lot of leadership teams, especially women leaders, talk to us about their experience, who went through the same situation and yet gained success, which was truly inspiring.
And Jasimran, would you like to share with us today any key learnings or achievements that you had in this program?
So I have learned a lot since I joined this program. In fact, I am surrounded by so many smart, intelligent people, so every day is a learning experience. But one of the main things that I've learned is how to be brave and not perfect. As women, we tend to go towards perfection. We keep on waiting for that perfect time, when we will have time, that perfect code, everything has to look great. But I have learned that it's okay to be bold. Just jump into the opportunities, say yes to things, and just go with the flow. Give your best.
That's absolutely correct. Be brave. Perfection can come later, right? Mr. Senthil, as the hiring manager and working with these women now, this being the first Tech Re-entry cohort at IBM India, what was your experience with the group?
Good afternoon, everyone. So, yeah, I was quite happy and excited to be part of this program, but I was a little bit apprehensive initially because being from research, we had to really get good quality skilled people to be hired here. So the biggest task was for me to find the best fit. So that was a little apprehension, but once we had these interns here, it has been wonderful after that, and I'm quite happy how it has turned out.
And Mr. Shrikant, could you please share your experience with the program?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, like Senthil, this is my first experience with the Tech Re-entry Program. But in the past, I've been part of many internship programs where we select candidates or students through professors, or sometimes students who actually work on the area of research that we are doing. So in this case, I had to just trust my manager and also her appetite for work. But then she really picked up the necessary skill set and met our expectations. So now I have a whole new appreciation for this whole tech program.
That's fantastic. And were there any challenges in the program? If there were, how did you overcome them?
Yeah, not with the program, but when she started, right? So our team, we focus on software engineering aspects of artificial intelligence, where we focus on data and model explainability with a key focus on deep learning. So to start with, we tasked her with coming up with a good intuitive interface to give insights on the data characteristics of popular benchmark data sets. So she had to pick up mean whole stack. So she had experience with HTML, JavaScript, but she was not aware of the whole stack. But then she picked it herself. She went through blogs and tutorials and she picked it and finished it. And now she moved on to model insights. So this was like something great in such a short span of time. And and the key takeaway is she was able to finish those things in time. But the more important thing I appreciated was even though she faced challenges, she had the willingness to approach us, to ask us when she got stuck, but at the same time ensure that no unnecessary or silly questions were asked. So she had appreciation for our time too, which I felt was really great. So yeah, it was a good experience overall.
Lovely, lovely. And yes, definitely we advise all women returning from a break always ask questions because there's never a silly answer. So excellent, wonderful. Miss Vijaya, what measures do you take to ease these women who are returning to work at IBM?
Yeah, so for the tech re-entry, we had a very structured program as the interns just talked about. One of the things we specifically wanted to do was to really enable them, help them in the initial days so that once they get into their projects, they're all set. Right. So what we did is we collaborated with our recruitment team, with our learning team, and we created a 3-day orientation program for them. Of course, they had all the support and help even prior to onboarding. But once they onboarded, we got all of them together. One, they could create that peer network. They could connect with other women who are joining as interns. So that really is like they are going through similar kind of an experiences, and that support network helped. The other thing is we got most of our leaders come and talk to them, connect with them, because that really probably help them understand IBM better, understand the organization culture better, and also feel important. When you have your VP HR comes and spends time with you and talks about an organization, naturally they feel special that they have been in the organization as probably somebody who's valued in the organization, and that's what IBM believes in, right? We really want to value each individual, and we always say that we want to make each and every IBMer feel that I believe, I belong, and I matter. And our leaders did that in that course of interaction, and we also brought in a lot of our women leaders as well, because as we say that you can't be what you don't see, right? So some of those role modeling, some of those leaders who could come and talk and connect, share their own personal experiences. In fact, one of our leaders talked about how his wife is now probably getting started on her second career, basically after a break from maternity, and he said how he is sharing responsibility, how he is supporting. That also was a good advice for many of these interns to see how they can ask for help and they can really manage their work life as well. So a lot of this, and not just that, a lot of other concepts like presentation skills, communication skills, bias, a session on biases, which could be their own biases, and it could be the biases that others may have when they see women returning after a career break, right? Or emotional intelligence, because there are a lot of emotional maybe things which really happen, and it's very important for women to really understand how these emotions are impacting them. So a lot of these things we packaged as a orientation program for 3 days, and I believe that really help these interns as well, and that was our objective as well, to really help them to really get started.
Thank you so much. And we'll ask Sridevi this question. What were your thoughts about coming back to a career after a break? And then we'll move to Jaisamran after you.
So while I was looking for job, I was mainly looking at a platform that could help me hone my skills and flexible environment so that I could balance between work and home, and a favorable working environment so that I could retrain myself to settle back at work. And most importantly, a strong support system of mentors, managers, and colleagues who would help me identify my strengths to help me establish myself in the professional realm. So these were some of the aspects which I was looking out for while I was looking.
Sure. So my career break, the timings of my career break were really odd. I missed out on whole deep learning wave. So for me, it was really important to look for a job where I can learn those skills and actually contribute meaningfully. So when I came here, I knew that I will be working on deep learning technologies. So that was a big motivation for me, and I wanted a job which has to be worthwhile of leaving my daughter behind under somebody else's care.
Lovely. And was there any support provided, Jaisimran, while you were still onboarding? And how did that continue after you started here?
Absolutely. I got a ton of support. First of all, the day I got my confirmation that I will be joining, I didn't even had the offer letter that day. So my manager set up a call with me and we tried to assess my skill set, what were my shortcomings, the things that I needed to work on. So we came up with a weekly plan. My team and my manager, they shared links of courses, research papers, blogs, for me to go through them. And at the end of every week, we will check if I have finished those goals or not, or if I was stuck somewhere, I was given resources to get me started. So that really helped a lot. And then that support continued well after I joined IBM. I still continued with those weekly meetings. We had checkpoints, but the whole process really helped in a way that I was more prepared for this program. I was more confident. I knew what were the expectations from me. So that really helped a lot.
Thank you for that. And I think that is the main key thing that women on a break are looking for. Support to come back with ease of mind and to not feel like you're floundering in an ocean, not knowing anything. And that's fantastic that this is done even before you come in. You have all this information given to you so that you can, and while you're on your break, you have the time, right? When you're not doing the things that need doing. So fantastic. For you, Mr. Senthil, having an intern in research labs, the expectations are very high. So how did you help them scale up and how did they fit in?
Yeah, so what I feel is communication and expectation management is very important here, right? So as Jaisimran mentioned, from the day we know we had shortlisted her, we started having weekly calls, started planning for activities. Very clear set of goals were given to her to achieve in that week so that she can feel confident once she has achieved that. And again, she was involved in a lot of activities, like not only development kind of activities of tutorials and stuff, but we also gave her research papers and kind of told her that even if you don't understand these research papers, it's okay, as in it's at least you get a feel of what the work is going to be here, right? So that was important. And the second thing is, I think the big picture view always helps, right? So it's not like I'm just come and coded something and I don't know where this code goes. That should not be the way. So I truly believe in really explaining that whatever you're doing, how exactly it's going to be part of the IBM strategy and where it is going to impact, right? The moment you say those and that becomes very clear, I think it boosts their confidence. And once they are motivated and they are confident, then the results naturally follow. So that's exactly what I did.
Absolutely. And I think when you know that you're part of such a big change in the world, that motivates you so much, right? Excellent. And from a manager's perspective, what would be your message to tech re-entry aspirants who are coming out off of a career break?
Okay. I think this has been reiterated a lot, but I'll also reiterate and emphasize on that. I think being prepared, when I say being prepared, what I mean is, as researchers and as employees of IT companies, the technology keeps evolving and changing, and we ourselves have to reskill and upskill ourselves, right? So that's very, very important. So that's the message to all aspirants, that use your time right now to focus on upskilling yourselves in the areas that you're interested in. There are a lot of MOOCs available, like Coursera and stuff, so register for courses and get yourself upskilled. I think showing evidence of that you are pursuing your interest is always convincing to an hiring manager like me than just stating simply in your resume that you're interested in pursuing something. So just upskill yourself. Thank you.
That's excellent advice. And as everyone here said, reskilling is key in the world of technology. And as we keep telling our women, if people who are currently working are reskilling themselves, you have every opportunity to do that for yourself while you're on your break. So invest in that. At Jobsforher, we have a full reskilling platform with all your tech courses and courses of all kinds, but especially for the Tech Re-entry Program, do invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. For Ms. Vijaya, based on your knowledge of other programs like the which you've talked about already, the Tech Re-entry Program and other initiatives here at IBM, what would your advice be to women who want to join IBM?
Yeah, So today there are a lot of organizations which are doing this. So it's a great opportunity for women who have taken a career break, because the organizations really are focusing on this and really understood the value of really bringing these women back into the mainstream. And there's a lot of research which talks about the impact not just to women themselves but to the economy as well. So as everyone talked about, so it's very, very important. Prepare is very, very important, both from the mindset, and that's where I always want to say that challenge your own biases. There could be biases which are stopping you from taking that next step. So challenge your biases, be aware of your own self-criticism that you do, so that the moment you challenge yourself, you're ready to explore the new horizon. So I would just say that, okay, be ready, be prepared, and explore and unleash your potential.
And for our tech re-entry interns, one question that I'm sure all the women watching want to know: how do you balance your work life and your personal life now?
So I had a 4-year career break, and since I wanted to be with my child, spend time with him, and now he's 5 years old, and we need to have a potential in ourselves before we start working, and we will know that we will be able to balance it. So I am able to balance it. I have a very good supportive working environment with which the duties at home and at office are getting fulfilled. So I'm able to balance it well.
So for me, I had to make some sacrifices to be here. I have left my daughter under my mom's care in Chandigarh, but my mom is an iron lady, so she has single-handedly taken over all my work responsibilities so that I can make a good career comeback. But then I also get a lot of support from my team members. They have always ensured that I don't miss my family a lot, and they are my new family in Bangalore now.
Absolutely. And I love that you said your work responsibilities, because the misconception that most people feel is that women on a break are on vacation. They're not on vacation. It's a lot of work, and we're coming back to work. And what would your one piece of advice be to women who want to come back from these breaks that they have?
Okay, the most important point which I would like to stress is a gap in career does not mean decline in skills. So one must have faith in oneself and come out of the boundaries and upskill yourselves. There are a lot of trainings available. I have taken up a lot of trainings from Jobsforher.com too, and most importantly, these things will help them gain confidence and a new approach to the career path. And most importantly, when the going gets tough gets going. So have faith in yourself, and everything will go with the flow. So that's.
Like everybody has almost iterated, reskilling yourself. So brush up on those skills. Take support from your friends and your family. Reach out to your professional network through LinkedIn. And one of the resources that really helped me was going on Jobsforher and platforms like iRelaunch. So subscribe to those podcasts, get in touch with them. And then I think one piece of advice for all women is to be confident, to believe in yourself, because if you believe in yourself only, then others will believe in you.
That's lovely. I really think that the key takeaway for me today was the be fearless advice, because we really, when I was on my break, that was the hardest thing, right? To be fearless and to just believe that you can. And I think if you surround yourself with positive people, that will happen. And thank you so much, all of you, for taking the time today to talk to our women who are watching you from their homes, from their cars, from their children's after-school programs, who are ready and waiting to restart at a company like this, a company that has curated such wonderful programs for women to advance once they get here. What we will do now is, we have a live audience, as we know. Let's look at the questions they've been asking. And here we are. All right. Wow. There's a lot. So Let's start with. All right. There is Ruby Mohapatra. I'm an ex-IBM and I want to join the Tech Re-entry Program. Could you let me know the process?
Okay, so good to know that. So there are a lot more women who want to be back in the organization as well and back in career. So as I shared earlier, so this year we have already, the cohort has begun. So if we have a tech re-entry landing page, or so if you just search for IBM tech re-entry, you will find that, and we have all the postings which are available for tech re-entry are listed out there, not just for India but across the globe. So yeah, so this year the positions are already closed, but we will start again the new cycle in early next year. So keep watching that, and whenever the it's posted up there, you can apply for it.
We have Sapna who's asking, what are the top 3 women-friendly policies at IBM? Anybody? This is a very popular question with our women. You've already gone through some programs, but maybe some other.
Touch upon some of the other. Yeah, I did talk about the program. So, of course, one which is very, very important, especially since we are talking about women on a career break. So we have as I talked about, we have a maternity phase back program, which is like an umbrella which covers all the policies, processes, programs, and initiatives that we have to support women so that they don't really leave the workforce. So it could be like providing the childcare support. It could be providing that help all through their period of pregnancy. So that it could be the nutritional health, it could be physical health, emotional health. So we have all that support which is available. In terms of the policies, yeah, we do provide transport assistance to pregnant women. So we do have the policies to support childcare tie-ups through that. So we do have like a policy to really support so women who have to travel with their young children like between the ages of within 2 years, 0 to 2 years. So a lot of these policies to really help women, and of course flexibility, which again I'm sure everybody talks about, depending on the kind of role that each one is. IBM is a company which values and which believes in providing flexible work environment.
So this question, I guess, is for Mr. Senthil and Mr. Shrikant. Is this program only for women from technology backgrounds? I'm a chartered accountant, having worked in KPO, implemented SAP, etc. Am I eligible to apply?
Yeah, I'll probably just take a. So I think it totally depends on the roles that we are defining as part of this program, right? So in this first cohort, I think we had the security team and the research labs and the GTS labs participating. So the roles that we had created was for technical people, right? So this is just the first cohort, and this is what was the roles were. But I'm sure there is no limitation on the roles that we can create. So going forward in the next cohort, based on the needs of the business unit, whatever roles are being created, it will be for spanning both technical and non-technical roles.
So keep checking because it's always evolving. Oh, okay. So this is Sandhya Rao. I have 10 plus years experience and a career gap of 4 years. I would like to upskill in blockchain. What advice would you give, as I have worked on Java, contact management, XML, SQL Server. As per the projects needed, I upskilled and worked on projects.
So just like Jasamran, right? Like she had HTML thing, but she did not have experience with the whole stack, mean stack, or the deep learning technologies. It's just about giving, like as Senthil mentioned, right? Proving that you have appetite and showing some evidence upfront. So through MOOCs or any program, if we can just do that and then pass on the resume, definitely. And blockchain is something that we are actively looking in and we are hiring. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I just want to add one thing to it. So blockchain, there are courses being offered by IBM themselves, right? So we ourselves are offering courses in blockchain. So there is also a course that is jointly offered with the IIT government and IBM. So I think it just got launched. So definitely they should enroll for these courses and go ahead.
And we'll do a last question for the new tech re-entry interns. In your experience, since you're a new women back to work at IBM, why do women like to work at IBM?
So, with my experience in IBM, first of all, the Tech Re-entry Program as initiated by IBM, and there are various other programs specifically for women in IBM, is a great initiative by IBM. And most importantly, there is a very friendly and flexible environment, and a very supportive environment, and there are a lot of online courses, anything which is available for mainly women in technology. So all these aspects will help women and make women apply and work in IBM.
So I think IBM, first of all, is a great brand to start your relaunch with. A very old company, right? So it's a great place to start my career with, rather than joining a small company where I would not be able to show something on my resume. And secondly, I think the team that I'm working with is phenomenal. My manager, my mentors, my buddy, and the remaining team, they have come together. They understand that I'm coming from a career break. So they support me in every possible way. It's just amazing. And the technical work that I am learning is actually the latest thing that's going on in the industry. So I don't think there would be any other better place for me to start my career.
I would like to add a point too. Yeah, I would like to even mention about my team and my manager, who have been so supportive for me to adapt easily and seamlessly into the environment. So because of this, it makes a great place to work.
And I think that is the most important thing when we're coming back to work, to know that the team that we're in understands where we're coming from, right? And that we are as keen to contribute, as keen to be a part of all the work that we're putting together to make change happen with such an old and prestigious company. Fantastic. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you, Vijaya. Thank you, Shrikant. Thank you, Senthil, Sridivya, and Jasimran. Sridevi. And I want to thank women who are watching today, women who are at home, in your car, at the grocery store. There is a company that is waiting for you to come back to work. You can follow them on the Jobsforher portal. You find them under companies, IBM. We will be putting the link in the post underneath this Facebook Live video. As well, all the questions that you have asked us, they will be answered in the days to come. Continue to follow your career aspirations, and you can return to work just like these fine ladies have. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. And I'd like to end with that lovely quote about IBMers. What was that? I believe, I belong, I matter. I believe, I belong, I matter. Thank you.